Tourism is a central phenomenon in today's world, in this global world where we live. And it is acknowledged as a sector in the majority of the countries like a key sector for the world economy. Also, it shows a truly spectacular growth that sometimes is really not understood with the intensity and importance that it should have in some countries in the world. Tourism, in terms of what it generates, economic development, employment, regional development, a set of factors that enormously contribute to an active participation of the population when it comes to tourism. That's the case of Mexico, but it's also the case of many other countries. In the spectacular growth of 160 million international arrivals in 1970 to almost 900 million during 2007, and we forecast that it'll grow to 1.6 billion arrivals in 2020. That speaks for itself. Thus, a growing number of countries broaden their markets, looking to be more competitive, and in Mexico we are not the exception. Tourism in our country is a highly profitable economic activity. So January to August this year, the income by international visitors had an increase of 7.1% with respect to the first 8 months of 2007. $9.526 billion, which we received during this period, and 15.3 million international tourists, which is an increase of 4.8% with respect to the previous year. Tourism has grown in Mexico almost constantly in the last 5 years at a rate of 5%, which is above the average world growth according to the World Tourism Organization. For the first 8 months, we had more than 36 million arrivals to hotels, which continues to placing national tourism like an area that we really need to continue tending to and driving forward. Another one is the balance of tourism trade in our country, which is $3.9 billion, which represents an increase of 12% with respect to the same period in 2007. This enables us to say that betting on tourism in Mexico is a profitable investment. Private tourism industry, the first 7 months of the year, Mexico had an investment of $3.375 billion, with which we exceeded the national goal, which was the mix of investment presently is around 45% of international investment and 55% by domestic or national investment. So this year, we had a joint investment with the states of 2.142 billion pesos for the execution of 230 tourist projects throughout the country. On the other hand, we are working on the restructuring of the sector with the structural changes in the economy and tourism sector, which require modernizing the organization and functions of the Ministry of Tourism itself. We're working in the Ministry of Tourism in a complete administrative restructuring, executive restructuring, to bring the ministry up to date so that we can somehow work better with the new challenges and the new responsibilities that the country has. The growth that tourism has had in the country is enormous. We cannot continue to handle things with a structure like we have today.